you like to show us one of these techniques now?
Yeah, okay. So the Cortices technique I'm going to teach you is probably one of the most important techniques of the BodyTalk system. And what it is doing is re-establishing the communication connections in the brain. Okay, the two hemispheres of the brain need to be able to communicate with each other for effective brain function. So what we're doing, and if you want to really know more, there is a video on our website that really goes into the scientific explanation of how the technique works. I just really want to be able to share this technique and even challenge you and the Wholesome World listeners to start implementing this technique every single day for the next 30 days. So this is also, again, a technique you're not going to use once and, oh, hallelujah, I'm cured. Okay? This is something that it's proactive. You're going to take charge of part of your healthcare and your brain function and maintaining your own well-being. And by utilizing this technique on a daily basis, make it become a habit. Do it, when you wake up in the morning, before you get out of bed, or after you've brushed your teeth. It's going to become part of your daily routine. So, and it really helps with stress. All of us have day-to-day stress. And also, the brain is an electrical magnetic electrical magnetic system. And we all exposed to environmental electrical magnetic frequencies, cell phone towers, power lines, microwaves, all that kind of stuff. And so basically what happens with the brain when it's under stress, it blows fuses, it stops communicating correctly. And if your brain isn't functioning correctly, the whole body-mind can't function correctly. But there's the belief that everything within the body, everything of the body is reflected in a part of the brain. So the brain's connected and communicating and circulating, the whole body is getting the right information. So the technique goes like this. You're going to use one of your hands, okay? We're going to cover all the parts of the brain. So starting the thumb on the neck here and the first lobe of the brain, the occipital. You're going to hold there. With your other hand, you're going to start tapping over the top of your brain. Don't just tap here or there. Make sure that you're covering both sides of the midline. So you're going to be tapping here, taking some nice breaths in and out. And what we're doing with that hand that's holding the back of the brain is we're creating a bridge, okay, electrical magnetic frequency bridge between the left and right hemisphere. So once you've tapped here on the head, on the brain, telling the brain, okay, be aware of this new communication taking place, you then tap on the heart. The heart's the memory and the storage. Right. So now it's going to remember that new communication, okay, and store it there. So you can do that backwards and forwards, like twice. Then we're going to move to the next position of the brain. So where the thumb was, move it to where the baby finger is and stretch out, keeping those fingers close because we don't want to miss any parts of the brain. And then we just simply repeat that, okay? So we're going to go tapping the head, tapping the heart. Take some nice deep breaths in and out because the more circulation in the body, the better the communication. And then we move to the next position. There you can just tap behind the hand or in front. But make sure you're tapping both sides of the brain because we want this communication to be set up in both sides of the brain. And on the heart again. And focusing that hand is creating this communication backwards and forwards. When you come to the front, make sure you come right to the front of the eye, to the bottom of the eyebrows, the whole frontal lobe. We want to get the whole part.
And it doesn't matter if it's your right hand.
It doesn't matter which hand, whichever one you prefer. Okay, and then the last one is the temporal lobe. So you're going to hold on either side like this, but we don't have any other hands. So what you do is you just hold there, create a link. See, this hand is like there's a focus there, okay? You created that connection from this side to this side. Let go with one of the hands. Tap on the top of the head, making sure you're getting both sides. hold back there again, and then tap on the heart. And hold back, and then you can just repeat that. And then hold. And let go. And there, you've done the first technique that's normally taught in a BodyTalk class. And we really, Dr. Beltime has encouraged all the practitioners, anybody that knows BodyTalk, it's on the IBA website, the video, for everybody to start learning this technique, because, as I said in the beginning, I challenge you to do this on your day, every single day for 30 days, and you will notice changes. You will start seeing just even how you relate to stress in your life. Okay, a lot of the time we are under stress and we just don't cope, we don't handle it. We just freak out, we anger, explosions in the home because people are just not coping with the stress. And just doing this technique, and especially if you're going to start doing it, do it on your children, do it on your spouse, have them all, the whole family doing it, and start noticing the benefits and the changes that are definitely going to take place.
There you go, we have a challenge. Let's see, 30 days using this technique, the Cortices technique, and after 30 days or sooner, leave your comments below on this blog site. We want to hear what changes you're experiencing.
Yeah,
I've been doing it a lot myself. Last week in particular, I was doing it 3 times a day.
Brilliant.
And I felt the difference. I really did. I felt so much more balanced in myself, a lot clearer in my thinking. I will normally, before I meditate, I'll do it first thing.
Wonderful.
For that, and it just helps for a more focused,
more
less of the
focused.
monkey mind chatting away, and the meditation, it just gets me into that state sooner.
Yeah, and especially for children as well, if there's any children that have attention disorders, if they aren't able to focus, this technique is fantastic for them.